I don't think we outplayed Chelsea. We certainly didn't. I think they were more dominant than us with the ball. So in an ideal world, I would have seen us dominating the complete game like we did so many other games.
In an alternate universe, you'd think these were the words of a manager leading a team from the bottom half of the Premier League or something. But in reality, it's Arne Slot, Liverpool's new manager, who deserves all the plaudits for his smooth transition from one of the club's greatest periods under Jurgen Klopp. And he has done so despite a series of transfer and injury problems. In fact, Liverpool's only new signing has been Federico Chiesa, but even he has struggled with injury, playing a total of just 90 minutes in his first 2 months at Anfield. Yes, the task ahead of Slot was daunting, but he's done it brilliantly so far, even joining the list of Liverpool managers with the best starts in history. 7 wins out of 8 in the Premier League and 3 out of 3 in the Champions League. In doing so, Arne Slot has transformed Liverpool from a team that was constantly chasing the likes of Man City and Arsenal over the last 2 seasons into a realistic title contender, something that has revived the fans' dreams of a new magical season. The big questions are, however, how long will Arne Slot be able to sustain the Premier League marathon? And is this Liverpool squad capable of reaching the heavens and winning both the Champions League and the Premier League? But here's the thing that nobody expected. Surprisingly, the positive results of Slot's methods were more than immediate. At the outset, no one was under the illusion that the Dutchman would achieve 11 wins from 12 games in all competitions in his first campaign in a top 5 league. In fact, even a top specialist like Klopp asked the fans to give Slot enough time before judging his performances. But in the end, Slot's first 12 games were even more successful than Klopp's last 12. Not only that, but with the win over Leipzig, Slot became the first manager in Liverpool history to achieve 11 out of 12 in all competitions and also win 6 in a row. And here are Slot's stats so far, before the tough run against Leverkusen, Aston Villa, Real Madrid and Man City over the next 40 days. 11 wins, 1 loss, 26 goals scored, only 5 conceded. Not bad for a manager in his first season abroad, right? Well, to be honest, his immense impact on the dynamics of the team is no surprise. He has been influenced by some of the best Dutch coaches. Known to some, perhaps not so much to others, but one of his first significant mentors was John van der Brom. He managed Slot as a player at AZ Alkmaar and later brought him to the AZ coaching staff, giving Slot a platform to observe and learn at a top Dutch club. Another figure who is probably better known, however, is former Borussia Dortmund coach Peter Bosz. Although Slot hasn't worked directly under Bosz, he has studied his style of football, which is reminiscent of Johan Cruyff's. As a result of this attacking style, Bosz has changed the positions of many players in the past. Lasse Schön, for example, you know, the guy who scored that goal at the Bernabeu. He was converted from a winger at Ajax before the arrival of Bosz to a holding midfielder. Bosz also moved Borussia Dortmund starlet Julian Brandt from a left wing to an attacking midfield role, a move that improved him significantly. Well, influenced by this ideology, Slot has made similar changes in each of his teams before arriving at Anfield. What's interesting though is that Slot hasn't yet adopted these methods in Liverpool, or at least not to the same extent. But more on that later in the video. However, rest assured that this approach will certainly come into play when the time comes. Yes, this is one of the many things that Slot has learned during his managerial career, but let's talk more about his emergence as a coach with top-level expertise. This happened in 2021 when he took over Feyenoord, a team that had struggled for consistency, and immediately introduced a dynamic attacking style of play. In his first season in charge, Slot's influence was evident as he led Feyenoord to the final of the Conference League, the club's first European final in 2 decades. Although they lost to Roma, reaching that stage was a significant achievement. Subsequently, Slot's high-pressing philosophy and free-flowing football quickly turned Feyenoord into a serious domestic contender. In the 2022-23 season, Slot led the team to their first Eredivisie title since 2017. This triumph was all the more impressive given the team's limited resources compared to Ajax and PSV. Slot's ability to develop young prospects and energize experienced players was the key to their success. And exactly this talent of his has been long awaited by Liverpool fans who want to see just that with young players like Harvey Elliott, Connor Bradley and Curtis Jones. And then at the end of the 2023-24 season, Arne Slot made history by becoming only the fourth coach in Eredivisie history to win the Rinus Michels Goal of the Year award 2 years in a row, joining the likes of Guus Hiddink, Frank de Boer and Erik ten Hag. In his last season in Feyenoord, Arne Slot finished second in the league, competing with Peter Bosch's PSV, but he still won the cup, which was more than a consolation for him. Yes, he was inch perfect in every department in the club, and it's no surprise that many pundits have described Arne Slot as one of the best coaches in Feyenoord's history, as he combined results with developing players and playing attractive attacking football. And you know what else wasn't a surprise? The fact that Liverpool didn't even hesitate around the possibility of bringing in Arne Slot. They were so confident in his abilities, knowing long before his official signing that he was the right man to replace Jurgen Klopp. It's even possible the German maestro himself has given his approval to the Liverpool board. And after the bright start of the Dutch at Anfield, the whole of Merseyside are eager to stop Man City's domination, endure the high intensity from Arsenal and finally lift the Premier League again. But behind the scenes there is an important question. What exactly is his style of play? What makes him so special to be the chosen one to replace Klopp? Well, there you have the answers. Firstly, Slot is a versatile coach who likes to use different formations depending on the opponent. But based on his past experience, the 4-3-3 and 4-2-3-1 are certainly the two most used, as seen since his arrival at Anfield. And secondly, his teams rely on a lot of quick transitions and very active pressing, aiming to regain possession high up the pitch as quickly as possible after losing the ball. To get more in-deep into his tactical specialities, let's break his approaches into 5 key ingredients, which are essential to Arne Slot's philosophy for the game. But before we move on, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And first on the list are the infamous playmaking fullbacks. For almost a decade already, Trent Alexander-Arnold and Andrew Robertson have been pushing up the pitch, stretching the opposition defence and often inverting to support the midfield. Trent is the master at this, often drifting into the middle to dictate play with his passing range. Meanwhile, Robertson's aggressive overlapping and precise deliveries are exactly what Slot has done with one of Feyenoord's most valuable players, Lucero Gertruida, who scored an astonishing 25 goals under Slot. In midfield, Slot is a great admirer of the double pivot, especially in a 4-2-3-1 formation, and it is an idea that suits Liverpool's current partnership of Ryan Gravenberch and Alex McAllister perfectly. Slot's philosophy emphasises one midfielder holding deep to recycle possession and provide defensive cover, while the other is more dynamic, moving the ball forward and linking up with the attack. In Liverpool's setup, the more physical of the two, Gravenberch, often takes the deeper role to maintain balance, while McAllister has thrived as the more advanced pivot. Slot's system has played to Gravenberch's strength, allowing him to use his athleticism, dribbling ability and vision to break lines and link up play, qualities that have truly revitalised his career at Anfield in 2024-25. Which brings us to ingredient number 3, the creative number 10, whose responsibility here falls to Dominik Szoboszlai. In Slot's philosophy, the number 10 plays a crucial role in finding space, linking play between midfield and attack and creating chances. Szoboszlai fits the bill perfectly with his vision, technical ability and work rate. While the Hungarian's goal and assist tally may not be as high as expected this season, his movement and creativity under Slot would still be vital. When it comes to the wingers, however, things there go even spicier, because we have Liverpool's most in-form attackers, Mohamed Salah and Luis Diaz, who have a total of 20 goal contributions so far. In Slot's system, he likes to instruct his wingers to drift into more central channels, creating overloads and link-up play that has been seen dozens of times in Liverpool's games this season. Both excel at finding space between defenders, combining with midfielders, and attacking aggressively in the box. And finally, of course, the pressing forward. An aggressive press is vital in Slot's philosophy, as he relies on his striker to lead the way in disrupting the opposition's build-up. At the start of the season, Diogo Jota was Slot's first choice with his relentless pressing and sharp finishing, but more recently Darwin Nuñez has been a regular feature, using his tireless energy and physicality to wear down defenders and create turnovers. Of course, we can't overlook the top defenders, Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahima Konate, who are extremely valuable to this team. Yes, Slot's team looks fabulous, but it remains to be seen whether they can cope with the tough fixtures ahead. Now, the only thing missing is your opinion. How far do you think this Liverpool team can go? Voice your thoughts in the comments section, and while you're here, don't forget to support us by hitting the subscribe and like buttons below if you enjoyed our analysis. Catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.